When I think back to me as a child and having those experiences of spirit beings or otherworldly beings presenting themselves to me in a way that I could actually physically see them. And I remember the first time that I woke up and there was a spirit being like this far away from my face, and it scared me. It was not a pretty face. This spirit being did not have a pretty face. And I can remember, gasping and thinking, oh, what is this? And the spirit being saying to me, don't be afraid, Ellen. I'm a good people with a bad people face. And I can't tell you the times that I've worked with children who are conditioned to believe that there is a certain look to something bad and a certain look to something good, when that's a human perspective. It's not an otherworldly perspective. What we deem to be scary or threatening or to look scary or threatening is from a human perspective. And it's very naive of us to think that everything outside of ourselves has the same perspective that we do. And so when I'm coaching young children who are already psychic or mediums or experiencing things like I did when I was 4, 5, 6 years old, what I say to them is, when you see something that is scary, ask it, are you a good people with a bad people face? Are you a good being with a bad being face? And that may seem very simplistic, but for me, it enabled me when I was watching TV or going to a movie as a child, I could say, wow, that's really not scary. It's really not scary. It's scary from the human perspective, but it may not be scary from the otherworldly perspective. And so I often talk about my perspective, the human perspective of the human being that's come to see me or asked me to work with them, and the perspective of the spirit world. That we could be sitting in a room with 3 different perspectives. And what do I want to say? What I want to say is, don't jump to conclusions. Don't jump to conclusions. We know so little, and I am so practiced at what I do, and I still know so little about the things outside of ourselves that are not human. And trust yourself. How does it feel? How does it feel? Does it feel good for you? If it doesn't feel good, I'll go back to what I've said earlier, which is give them a guideline, set a boundary, change how your face looks. You're scaring me. Change how your face looks. I say that to children. Just ask them to change how their face looks. They will. It's hard to believe that it could be that simple, but in my experience, it really is.